my name's Ruthanne and welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing a question and answer about the year I studied abroad last year from 2018 to 2019, my sophomore year of high school. When I went there I was 15 and then I had my 16th birthday there. So I have a lot of questions. I put on like my Instagram story like a ask. First question, how did you initially find it making friends when you couldn't speak much Spanish? When I got there I spoke very little Spanish. Like it was really bad, honestly. Like I had taken Spanish 1 and 2, but my level of Spanish was not good at all. So it was hard. A lot of people were just nice to me because they know I didn't speak Spanish and they like I was the American, so I was like special, I guess. So a lot of people would talk to me. A lot of people talk to me in English sometimes to help me. But so yeah, I made friends that way. Honestly, I made the most amount of friends in January. So I was there from September to July. So like in January I made the most amount of friends because that's when my Spanish had like finally gotten good enough, and because I was in a different class and I just like met a lot of people. Next question, how did you first have the idea for studying abroad? So to be totally honest, I've actually never put this on my channel before. I always say it's because I wanted to travel the world. If we're being like totally honest, freshman year there was a lot of like, I played basketball, cross country, softball, like literally everything, but it was just like, I feel like at some part of the year, like, I don't want to say bullying, but like people were just not nice and I was just done with it. Like, I always felt so different because like I've always loved traveling. Like me and my mom, I skipped like multiple weeks of school in my freshman year of high school to go to Haiti and stuff. And I just never felt like I fit in. And so I was like, I just want to do something different. Like I'm sick of Katy, which is where I live. I was like, I want to get out. And so I was like, I want to see the world. I want to do something different. I don't want the typical high school experience. I want something unique. I'm like, it wasn't enough for me, if I'm being totally honest. Like just my town wasn't enough. I needed something like bigger to like stretch me because I just felt so like stagnant, I guess. I don't know. So I was like, I'm studying abroad because I saw a vlog on it. That's kind of how I saw a girl like literally so much like me just posting a vlog like day in the life of studying abroad, and she was in either Spain or Sweden something, and I was just like, that's amazing. I was like, that's what I want to do. So I started researching it. Did you have to repeat your year in the US after your year in Spain? No, I did not have to repeat any school when I got back from Spain because I went into online schooling. So my freshman year of high school, I went to public school in Houston, Texas, normal freshman year, sophomore year in Spain, and then junior year, I'm a junior I'm actually like kind of a freshman in college. I take college classes too, online with Liberty University Online Academy. So I didn't have to repeat because I went through an international online school. Did you do any Spanish exam after your studies abroad to determine your Spanish level? No. So because I need to do it, actually, there are tests you can take to like determine your Spanish level, but honestly, like I've gone to multiple job interviews. Everyone just believes me when I tell them I speak Spanish because I can like hold a conversation with someone perfectly fine. So what was my favorite part? I think my favorite part of studying abroad was my friends, my family. My little sister, she's not that much younger than me. We're exactly 3 years apart. Like 3 years, like her birthday is September 6th and mine's September 17th. So we're exactly 3 years apart. And I loved my relationship with her. I've always been the youngest, so being the oldest was a fun experience. I also just loved my friends. Katy, where I live, Houston, we have to always do something. It's always going. And in Spain, I felt like a lot of times we would sit in parks and just have like such intentional conversations. And then also we would just sit in parks and just like rap, like just be goofy as heck. Yeah, that's definitely my favorite part. I mean, there's other small things like riding camels in Morocco was definitely a highlight. Getting henna in Tunisia was really cool. In Cyprus, climbing in these caves, that was really cool. Seeing snow on a mountain in Cyprus was really crazy. There's this like main plaza in Portugal, in Lisbon, that's like insane. That's like gorgeous, that I can just remember in my head, like I can vividly see it right now. So just a lot of little things like that are my favorite parts. My graduation was really fun. In Spain, we graduate, sophomore year you graduate, like a mini graduation, and then after senior year you have like a big graduation. How did you convince your parents? Oh, that was a hard one. A PowerPoint, if we're being totally honest. So my parents are different. My dad's a lot more, he's a chemical engineer. So I made a PowerPoint for my dad. Had statistics, testimonies from kids, parents, price points, everything. For my dad. For my mom, she's more emotional. I showed her a ton of YouTube videos, vlogs, pictures, and it took a lot. I'm gonna be totally honest. Even up until a week before, my parents were like, are you sure you want to go? Like, I just put it that way. They were against it. I still think they're against it, but like they've gotten over it, obviously. So yeah, it was hard to convince my parents. If you're studying abroad, like the thing that would help my parents, I think, is if they could have talked to another parent of a kid who studied abroad to be like, okay, my kid survived, like she had a great year. So yeah, if you want to study abroad, your parents are welcome to call mine. They will probably say good things. I think my parents would. Next question. Oh, my Spanish friend asked me this. She said, would you like to live again in Spain in the future? To be totally honest, I don't think I could live in Spain. The rest of my life, I have my family there. Like, I tell people, like, my mom's there, like, my dad's there, my sister, my best friends are in Spain too. So, like, yeah, the rest of my life, I'll probably visit Spain in Christmas and Thanksgiving and in the summers. But live permanently, I don't think so, because the job I want to do, things I want to do, it's just a lot more opportunity in the United States. And I just don't think, like, I don't think the life I dream for myself can happen in Spain. Next question. Do you have to be confident or can you be shy and study abroad? That's all I'm scared about. So even if you're not like confident when you study, like I feel like studying abroad makes you extremely confident, because I just remember, like, I'll forever have that like trauma in my head of doing a history presentation when I barely could speak Spanish, having to talk about like the Civil War, something fascism, I don't even know, in Spanish in front of me in a class of like 30 people, and like literally some of the guys were laughing at me. Like the teacher got so mad because people were laughing because it was just like so embarrassing. So it like builds your confidence, it like breaks you down and builds you up, because like not being able to speak the language just like forces you to like get out of your comfort zone. So like even if you're not super confident going in, I think you'll come out more confident. I think that studying abroad is genuinely, if I'm being totally honest, even if you're shy or confident, you can do it. But being more, I don't want to say confident, but being more outgoing and talkative definitely makes it an easier experience. But it's not like a necessity. Like if you're shy, you just have to make a bigger effort, I think. It won't come as natural to make friends. How was the first day of school? Were you nervous? Oh, yes. To be honest, I was so nervous that I don't even remember it that well. Like, I remember my host mom, she didn't want to leave me because she could tell how scared I was. So she like stayed with me for like, we were in the school, like, you know when you're like in kindergarten and your mom walks you to class? Yeah, that was like me in like sophomore year of high school. She like walked me all the way to the classroom, all the way to my desk, and just my luck, we didn't even have a teacher because my teacher was like in labor or something. So we didn't even have a teacher for the first like 3 days. Like, I was so nervous my first day of school. She sat me down, and thank goodness 4 of the girls who are actually still like one of the girls in one of my videos, she's always in my videos, Angela, the one who I did like a Spain versus US video, she actually was in that class my first day of school. I'll link the video below. But she was in my class the first day of school in Spain, and they talked to me, I guess, and made me feel comfortable. And the first day of school in Spain was my birthday, my 16th birthday. Add to the anxiety and sadness. So I'm already really sad because I miss my parents at home. It's my 16th birthday. No one knows me, so it's like no one knows it's my birthday. But they like sang to me, and they were really sweet. And then like at recess, which we get recess in Spain, they like sat with me and talked to me. So yeah, I was terrified, but thank goodness they were super nice, and they all spoke English, so that helped a lot. Next, how did you learn to speak Spanish so fluently? Having best friends that spoke, obviously just like having really good friends and always speaking Spanish, like that's the best way to get good, is just practice. We spoke Spanish so much because I mean I'm all day in school, so school in Spain is like 6 hours a day, speaking in Spanish, listening in Spanish. I read Spanish books, watched Spanish movies. I tried not to speak English with anyone. I really focused on trying to speak Spanish. So that's how I really got fluent, I think. Also, languages come naturally to me, so I think that helped a lot. How fast did you learn the language to be able to understand what's going on around you? This is what I usually tell people. 2-3 months to become conversational, like pretty good, like we can talk, we're all good. 5 months to become advanced. Like I could understand things in class, like fully understand things in class. Well, fully to stretch. By 7 months, 7.5 months, I want to say I was really close to fluent. It just clicked. And then I want to say I stayed there 11 months, something like that. By like 10 or 11 months, I was fluent. Like when I left, I was fluent. And I forget some words, but I haven't lost it. I haven't lived there since July, so it's been not almost a year, but like a lot of months. Next question. Been anywhere besides Spain? Yes, so I've been to Matamoros, Mexico for a mission trip with me and my parents. We built like a library type thing. I've been to San Luis Potosi, Mexico to visit my uncle who lived there. He just came back because of Corona, but anyway. Then I've been to Cancun, Mexico with my best friends, Lauren and Lainey. So I've been to Belize for family vacation, Haiti 3 times for mission trips and orphanage, Costa Rica and Panama 3 times to each of them. Not last summer, but the summer before, and before that, anyway, 3 years, 3 summers. I did 2 weeks in Costa Rica and Panama doing service trips. The first 2 years we did stuff in like villages in Costa Rica. The last year it was a kayaking expedition. We kayaked to different islands in Panama. Cyprus. I've passed through Bulgaria. I had a long layover, so I like went outside the airport, but I didn't like see that much. I just saw the mountains and stuff. Passed through London, but haven't been outside the airport. I've been to Paris. I love Paris. Obviously I've been to Spain, Morocco, Tunisia, and Portugal. I think that's it. I don't know, I always get mixed. And this is part of the United States, but I've also been to Hawaii. I feel like it's not though, but. Next question, how different was everything when you got back, like friends, family, school, etc.? So school was a big change when I got back. It was summer, but right after that I went into online school. I'd never done online school before, so that was a big change. Family, honestly, it was the same. The only difference was my brother went to college. Friends, it was different. I had a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of friends, I had a lot of acquaintances, because when you're in public school, you know so many people, you know. So freshman year I had a lot of acquaintances, like a lot of friends. Now I think I have quality over quantity. So I have like a good set of really close friends. But just like the 2 blonde girls that are in all my videos, I have them. Best and worst part. I already kind of touched on this. Best part's the relationships, friends and family. Worst part. Oh, this is a different type of question. What do you think is the worst part about the studies in the US and Spain? So school-wise in Spain, I think they don't teach enough like comprehension. It's a lot of just memorization, textbooks. Here we do a lot of reading, comprehension, investigation, thinking, and in Spain that's a lot more just like memorize it, get a good grade, and move on. And then we don't use technology in Spain. Oh my gosh, that kills me. In the school I went to in Spain, it was a public school, we had like no technology whatsoever. Like the Wi-Fi didn't even work. Like there wasn't no air conditioning. Like it was a ratchet scene, to say the least. How did you find so many friends? Thank you for thinking I have so many friends. I think I found a lot of friends because in Spain there's like the people I was with, we were like a big group of friends. So I had like 2 really big group of friends. I had this one group of friends that was like mostly girls, and in that group we were like 13 girls, I think. 13 girls and like 5 guys. And then this other group of friends I had, we were like more guys than girls. We were probably like, I don't even know, like 5 girls and like 7 guys. I don't know, something like that. So I had those 2 groups of friends, and then also like just in Spain, like it's a smaller school, so there's only 150 kids in my grade, so I knew most of them, honestly. Like by the end of the year I knew most of their names. Like at graduation I knew most of the people I graduated with by name, and I had some memory with them. Like when I left Spain, I had like 55 people post on their Snap, like their stories, like a goodbye picture and a picture with me. Like I had pictures with like 55 different people. Also because I was the American, it kind of gave me like I don't want to say like instant popularity, but like maybe they didn't know my name, but they knew like who I was by looking at me, because I also just look very different from them, so I naturally stand out. Do you speak to your friends in English or Spanish? Spanish. So I have one Danish friend that that was in the same town as me in Spain. We talk in English. I talk to my Spanish sister in English sometimes, but she doesn't talk to me, and like I'll talk to her in English and she responds in Spanish, but I only do that because my host mom asked me to like help her practice. And I have 2 friends that I speak to in English, Elisa and Tommy, because both Elisa's dad is from England and Tommy's mom is from, he's gonna kill me, Scotland. So I talk to them in English just because like they understand perfectly, and they answer me, like Elisa answers me in English and Tommy in Spanish. Anyway, so they speak fluently, so it'd be weird for us to talk in Spanish because we both speak English. The rest of them, I talk to them all in Spanish. Is everything at school in Spanish? Yes, everything at school is in Spanish. Does your host family talk to you in Spanish all the time? Correct. My host mom and dad don't know any English. My host sister knows a little bit. Me and her are kind of sneaky. Like sometimes at dinner, we talk in English so that they could understand us. She'd be telling about her like crush at school in English, so then like mom and dad can understand. But that was really cute of her. Okay, so that is all the questions I have. A couple other things I was going to mention that people often ask me is the program I use to study abroad, which that's CIEE. I study abroad with that program and I do recommend it. I think it's really good. People usually just ask me like if I recommend studying abroad, and yes, 10 out of 10 I recommend studying abroad. You have to give a lot, like there's a lot of sacrifices you have to make. I mean, for your parents it's financial, for you're probably going to lose friends, or miss out on things like prom, sports, whatever it may be. But I do think you gain a lot. You gain a lot of life experience. You gain new relationships, friends in other countries. You gain a whole nother country that you can basically call your own. So I think you gain more than you lose in my situation, but I don't know your situation, so it could be different. But please like, comment, and subscribe, and feel free to DM me. My Instagram is in the description. It's ruthanne martin. Feel free to DM me any questions, concerns you have. Follow me on Instagram. I do like polls like this, things like that, like questions. And I'm always posting pictures of me traveling. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching.